Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JayH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling, what's the word I'm looking for?
Irie.
Irie today. Let's talk. Let's talk. I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't know if I got this thing live yet. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I think they all forgot about the old man.
Mhm.
It says there's 0 viewers. 0.
I got
Let's
11.
see.
I got 11 watching. 16 just jumped up. We're good.
All
They're
right.
good.
Okay,
They're rolling.
I see one person, I think. I put
Amanda.
glasses on today so that I can read. All right. We got Andre. What's going on? We got Brooklyn Dre. We got Amanda. She is like a loyal watcher.
Aaron.
Amanda, don't I have your number, Amanda? I gotta send you something. Brooklyn Dre. Aaron, what's going on, young man? Cloud Storms, what's good? Danny, what's good? Lori, hello. Gonzo, what's good? When you retiring there, young man? Coming in loud and gay? That is funny. Yeah. How you doing, Gabrielle? You gotta love these guys.
What
You
is
gotta love them.
what is not Richard just Frank? I've never seen him before. Is he he comes right in with that real zinger there. I like that. Huh?
It's all good. It's all good. I ain't got nothing but love for him.
Hope I don't sound too gay.
2033. Shit, well, that's 8 years.
Oof.
You got 8 more years of this? Bro, I got barely 8 years left.
Mm.
Shit. I think I have your number, Amanda. I don't know. I've been working for 1 year, 8 months as a CCA. What's up, back pay? I'm guessing I'm step B now. Well, let me tell you what it is. I don't know. All right. We're gonna go through the little list here. Luther, how you doing? JG from New Jersey.
Jersey.
Skill Tree was good. I don't Skill Tree Gaming. Do you play Call of Duty? If you do, you need to reach out to me. Yeah, need to reach out to me.
Guild Tree. I got 17 days off starting tomorrow. I love it.
Oof. Yeah, for those that don't know, Chooch's birthday was a couple days ago. Was it
Yesterday.
yesterday? Yesterday. I don't even know what day it is.
35 years
SA.
old. Look at me. Look at it. Beautiful. Look at that face. 35 years. 45.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
SA. I can't remember who SA is, but I'm pretty sure I know who you are. I don't remember, but you know me personally, probably. What up, Kyle? What up? Jersey, another Jerseyan. We got up Northians. Up Northians. That's what's good. That's what I was just up there. All that goddamn rain. I had to get from around them parts. Left there to come back to more rain. All right, look, we're gonna chat a little bit today. That's what we do. We chat. We chat. Pierce from Pittsfield, Mass. It's good.
Shout out to JB and his hat today. If he's there, he knows what I mean. JB and the
Um,
Miami Heat.
Listen, I don't know how to get into this video, but I have to. I have to. If you've been around for a while, you know that I keep this channel clean, crisp, cool, and airy, right? And I've been talking about USPS for I'm going on 7 years now. Before, most of the people thought about putting postal life on YouTube, right? But now the game has changed and not for the better. So I got a big chat group of a bunch of different carriers nationwide, and they sending me all these tactics and snapgrams, right? And I'm seeing a trend online. It's like a thirst trap takeover. We got carriers and clerks and influencers all looking picture perfect while on social media, right? But no, I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle. Definitely not. And I'm not here to shame. Let's make that clear. Beauty is not the enemy.
That's
The
what I'm here
game has
for.
changed and it hasn't changed for the better. But context matters. There's a time and a place when you're wearing the USPS badge. You got to represent more than just yourself. Because here's the thing management is watching. The OIG is watching. And while you building likes and followers, you might also be building a case against you that you don't want. And if or when they slam the brakes on that social media, everybody's going to pay for the mistakes of a few. That, my friends, is not hate. That's a fact. I had to sit with them. All right. I had to be with them. I told y'all this story before. I know exactly what line not to cross. But where my phone at? Man, I wish I could. I don't know if they could see this, but I'm gonna show you. This is the stuff that I see. It's comical. I'm gonna try to play it on here just because they send it through my text messages. All right, boom, boom,
God,
boom.
God help
Let's
us
see.
all.
Is it what? Can you see it? Probably not, right?
Hold on, hold on. Let me see from my perspective.
Nah, you can't see it.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's kind of wishy washy there. But I,
Damn.
if anybody can't make out that that's a girl's ass on a knocker, that's what's going on. She's on it. There you go, right there.
I don't know. I'm trying to let y'all see it,
You want me to
but it's
narrate?
really not coming through. Can
Okay.
can you show this?
Uh,
You
I
don't have a background on yours, but
uh,
here's the
believe I can.
woo, Lord have mercy.
Yep. Everybody got the idea what was going on there. I think
Yeah, and there's another one that's dancing on a APC
an
on
APC
a
shelf,
shelf,
not on the bottom
and she is
shelf.
just it's a carrier now. All
Hmm.
right, It's- y'all give him y'all. So if y'all see that I've been posting a few shorts up, and at the end of it, I've been making a little comment at the end. Again, it's more of like, what are y'all doing? Chooch just had a whole sit. They've been coming to him on a regular basis talking about social media, and
Oh yeah.
it ain't him they talking about. They putting things out there. If they gonna slam the brakes on anything, it ain't cause of me. You know what I mean? Now listen, we'll get back to that in a little bit.
Oh, it
Um,
ain't Jay's fault.
no, the
It
main
ain't Jay's fault.
today's conversation ain't about social media. We're gonna dive into a couple of hot topics, right? Hot topics.
Hot topic.
We were talking about waiting time the other day, and I misspoke about the number.
Seven three
I think
three
I
is three
said,
five four. Yeah, we got it.
yeah, and yeah.
Not a
So I
carrier.
gave
It's not
I
a
gave
carrier. Give him a
I
chance.
gave I gave the but the premise of the button was the same.
Yeah.
Um,
Waiting on mail.
And so it's called basically waiting time, waiting on mail.
Yep.
And people see it like as a break in chaos, and others see it as wasted payroll. But I got an email from a retired. I'm gonna just make up what they were, so nobody knows who they are. He was either management, carrier,
The custodian.
subcontractor,
Custodian.
postmaster, custodian, and he
Clean
broke it down
toilets.
for me. Right? He said the main reason that the offices don't want you using waiting time is because it does not go to the route time. Everything else that I said was correct. Management in that specific office is trying to fake how they can't manage their people. The main problem with having carriers on waiting time regularly is they'll just be bringing carriers in later to fix the numbers.
Hmm.
But if like the tractor trailer is late, the distribution will be late, and then the whole system gets pushed back. So that's coming from someone who's been on the other side of the desk. So this isn't just carriers blaming management. This is management's voice calling out bad management.
Yep.
And that's important because we're not doing a carriers versus clerk thing, carriers versus management thing here. We're looking at it from all sides. And that's why I got the shop steward here. We all talk about how the late trucks and the late distributions messes with the carrier's day. And we talk about the younger generation of carriers and clerks. They butt heads all the time, and whether or not that's real tension or just poor communication. Uh, we're going to talk about management making bad calls and carriers making bad habits. Everything is real. So before I get to that, let me make this clear. Uh, he told me not to say his name. Told me not to say his name. I want to share something. Somebody's going to put this in the comment section for me. I think JB will. Um, One of the carriers, city carriers. I'm gonna call. He's an anonymous postal worker. Put together a free app for you. See, I looked at the cameras over there. A free app for you. It works on Android, iPhone, and desktop. It's got a calendar, resources, and a bunch of tools to make your life easier if you are carriers. It's totally safe, it's totally free, and you can check it out at what the hell is it? Let me see if I can copy and paste this thing. I don't know if I could. Every time I try to put something in my own comments, it always deletes it. Let's see. Survey says, boom, boom. Oh, it pinned it. It's in there.
Mm-hmm. You
Pinned the
got it.
message. There it is. Good job. Good job, Jay. Good job. I did that. All right. So if you see it in there, it's pinned. And if you need to reach the creator of the app, you can contact them through the app, but they really wanted to keep their name out the spotlight. It's ironic because he gets on here and he cusses me out quite a bit in the comments. He does, but
Mhm.
it's not about him cussing me out. He asked me behind the scenes, hey, this is for the carriers. So I said, you know what? If it's for the carriers and it's something useful, I'm gonna share it with the carriers. I looked it over. It's freaking, that's what it is.
You
He's
know,
he's good.
I don't want to jinx it, but York is not here. He must have thought that you moved on to the next thing because normally he'd be in here talking about poop by now. But well, hopefully I
Oh,
didn't just jinx it and get his attention. But we'll see.
right.
He's got his notifications turned on every time you go
And
live. So
so we have Chooch here because he's lived this situation and he's gonna kind of drop some insight f- from both the carriers. Well, not from both carriers. Well, what carriers need to hear as well as managers need to hear. Now, this is not attacking anybody. Um,
it may sound like I'm attacking you, but I'm not.
right. We're gonna call it fair. I'm gonna
Hmm.
hit both sides and keep it balanced. Not gonna simp, not gonna hate, just the truth about what's really going on inside of the postal service. That way, everybody kind of understands that half this shit y'all see going on with the people dancing and stuff, it's just foolishness. So, Mr. Chooch,
Yes, sir.
we're going to look at perception versus performance, right? Perception versus performance. If you see JH here talking, because I'm a shit talker, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's a troublemaker. This guy's this, that, this, and the other." But
Clearly,
I don't go to work sitting here trying to suck up views. Do you think that some of the new generation realize how they are being perceived online? I sent you a screenshot, and the screenshot was if you Google, go on there and Google
hmm
female carriers or letter carriers or whatever, and then
or
you go to the images. Did
hmm
you saw the smorgasbord that I sent
So
you?
all you see is people doing things on the clock that aren't postal work that are have the little TikTok label attached to it, and they're either going to be pointing something out about their shitty day or why do we have to do this when we should do this. I said, if you're trying to make logic of the post office on a TikTok, believe me, that's the last place you should be searching to make any sort of logical statement. TikTok is for, I'm not going to say it's for children. I'm just going to say that, it's a cool concept. And of course, everybody in this day and age likes to, be on the camera, but you don't necessarily realize how many eyes are getting, and how many algorithms are read to get that to go very far beyond the reach of postal workers. And maybe that's your intention, to say, hey, I want to try and get all these people to follow me. Isn't that great? Look at all my followers. Personally, I like to think I have about 5 real friends that I can count on one hand, barely count on one hand. There goes one of them sitting on a computer screen right now. I never even met the fucking guy, but we're going to meet eventually. That's my friend because we talk, we communicate. We don't just shoot messages and play videos for each. I said we actually communicate. Communication is at an all-time low. And this TikTok thing is destroying communication. The only thing it's communicating when you're doing stuff on the clock and on camera is, damn, these carriers seem to have a lot of fucking spare time on their hands making these
Mm,
videos. And then
mm.
let me ask you, and then of course I present to you the ultimate question. How many managers have you seen making TikTok videos? How many non-carriers do you see? I saw today literally 50 plus carriers making TikTok videos. And I said, nowhere along the way did I have one person that looked like a management figure making it. You know why they don't do it? Because they know better, because they know that they'll be up shit's creek real quick. So obviously, the TikToking in the carrier world is, I think, is going to start coming to fruition where people are going to say, "Oh, I wasn't allowed to do this," and I think some people know that they're probably not allowed to do it, but they say, "Well, no one's ever said anything to me, so I'm just going to keep doing it until somebody says something to me," and then you can give that ultimate reaction of, "I didn't know I couldn't do that, officer. I'm sorry." So that's my beginning take on it. But you asked the question, what do I think about it as a perception from the public? It's terrible. That's
Mm.
the worst thing people could see is a bunch of carriers goofing off and saying a lot of silly ass things and profanity on TikTok in the uniform on the job.
But let's make this very clear.
Oh yeah, I'll
We're
be
not
nice
here
to
to
them.
shame nobody, because
No,
some of
no.
these women, they are beautiful, they are
Oh
confident,
my
they know
God,
how to work the camera, but that's
angelic.
not what this is about. I'm
It,
not here to hate, for real. But if you're sitting on sitting in a truck and you walking a route, you got to understand you're representing something bigger than you. Because when you Google female USPS letter carrier, you don't see pride, you don't see professionalism, you don't see the history of the institution. That's crazy because I got a shirt that says male escort, right? Uh, but what you see is these chicks in uniform doing thirst traps for clicks. You
yep.
see phones out, they're stopped working, the cameras are rolling. And then when management sees that, they don't care if it's one person or 1,000, they lump us all in together. So that's why y'all gotta understand, it's not a witch hunt. This ain't an attack. It ain't a witch hunt. You could Google it. It's a wake up call. Because if they start cutting hours, they're gonna or they start playing this whole thing. Chooch gonna have more work to do
Mhm.
because they're killing the credibility.
Pretty
That's it. At
much.
the end of the day, they're not gonna pull up your scanner data. They're gonna pull up your TikTok,
You
and then
want
you gotta
that?
sit there and say, "I didn't know. I don't know. I was
You're
on
gonna
my break."
Yep, you're gonna get 1.3 subscribers. Put it that. Remember that famous number, 1.3. And he said because they're gonna keep saying, well, look at all the fun they're having on the, and I hear them complaining about the heat, but they don't look too hot in those videos. They look like they're doing just perfectly fine, and showing off the lipstick and the college and the plumper, and I talk about plumpers. I ain't talking about the lips. Holy shit! So if everybody was just smiling for the camera, giving a quick thumbs up, and then signing off. Boom. But when the wordplay starts flying about what do you hate more, marriage mail or Valpax? I had this lady tell me I had to come down the driveway, and I ain't trying to. And then I see the response immediately from a certain generation that says, "Hey, if that's the way it says to do it, and that's what you're instructing, you're allowed to say I don't have to deliver that mail." It's like, no, I mean, be reasonable. Don't
Well,
just blow it off it's like you make the rules. There's a written rule and there's an unwritten rule. Follow the written rule.
technically, she's not supposed to drive in a driveway. So, I mean, I could somewhat agree with that, but you're not supposed to bring your vehicle in a driveway, and that's what we teach. Because if you drive in a driveway, God forbid, they just had their driveway repaved and you got 2 drops of oil. Now you got to pay for a whole driveway,
Oh yeah,
But
I see
here's
that.
the thing. I've been doing this for 7 years before anyone even thought about putting the post office on YouTube or social media. Back then, not one person wanted to talk. I was the one that put a face to this shit. I tried to keep it as gutter. I tried to keep people coming in. I mixed some humor with it, but I tried my best not to disrespect the uniform. I knew I couldn't cross the line, but I also knew this. Your stories needed to be heard.
Yep.
Everybody's stories needed to be heard. That's why I made the channel, to give everybody a voice, to show the real grind for the postal workers. But now the fucking message got hijacked. It was storytelling turned into fucking clout chasing. People in uniform filming dances in the truck. Literally, there is a video. They just sent it to me. There is a APC with shelves. Some of y'all know
Mhm,
what it is. She is
mhm.
standing on it, a carrier, and she is dancing. No, not outside the station, in the station. And and they're starting to have service talks about social media. They're gonna end up drafting new policies.
Mhm.
They're gonna get ready to shut the shit down. And guess who's gonna get caught up in that shit? Me. Me. Do I need to put a thong on too? I got one on right now if you
Aaron
need to
Aaron
know.
Aaron says less words from these ladies and more twerking in true Aaron fashion. And Dre's
But
making a lot of good points too. The ladies want to express themselves. If there are consequences, they're going to have to deal with it. But I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. They're going to have to feel some pain first. Hey, Dre knows what he's talking about.
but I'm not hating. I'm trying to
Right? Amen.
protect what we're trying to build. Change the
Yeah,
culture. But I mean that
yeah,
culture, I see that on
yeah.
what that called OnlyFans.
That's
What that
that's it. Only yeah, we're looking to see that past 11 p.m. Going to the club and paying a fee at the door, kind of thing. When we went, when, and if they want to wear postal clothes when they're doing it, go by all means wear your postal clothes. And for God's sakes, when you're on the clock and you're doing the postal work, it's
I'm
got
literally getting videos right now.
yeah, they're flying in
Right
by the
now, they
minute.
sending me videos. This is
Hmm.
funny. This is
I was
comical,
just
but
saying,
it's embarrassing.
the
If
hijack
we
is
don't
on,
check
baby.
ourselves, yeah,
The
if we
hijack
don't
is
check
on.
ourselves, somebody else will.
Kane,
Seriously,
country,
we
country Kane heard asses and he jumped right into the chat.
who is this Takuche? What does the H stand for, Jay?
Oh, for God's
Holla,
Allah.
holla. That's my last name. Holla.
Yeah. Yep.
Jay ain't even my real name. There's only a
Mhm.
handful that know
Mm.
that. Somebody
Um,
asked me the other day. They was
I,
like,
I
"Hey,
I I
Jay,
plead I plead the fifth. I plead the
that's
fifth.
it." He's like, "I'm gonna report this son of a bitch." God damn him. But listen,
Oh,
let's
and
get back
how?
to the other stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how much money
Um,
people make. Yeah.
let's talk about the waiting on mail thing. In your
Yeah.
opinion, your
Yes.
opinion. I know you're not certified to talk about this, but
Mm.
does waiting on mail help you or hurt you if you have to use that function?
Well, if in the Boy Scout way of thinking, as an honest carrier, I say, hey, if there's nothing truly for me to move on to do, then yes, I should be put on wait time. But at the same time, if management may be, wanting to avoid that for the sake of saying, okay, just go on with your day, and you might not have everything on you when you go, but that's the way we want it to be, then again, you're masking problems. And I hate the idea of masking a problem or just pushing it on the carriers to say, well, now we push your start time back since we can't have everybody be sitting around waiting on mail. That to me is to say that the mail moves just fine as far as I can see it from A to B these days. It may be a little slower. We saw effects start with the July 1st changeover, but I'm looking at the meter dates on things. I'm seeing things still moving just fine. And your clerks have a lot to do with it. How your clerks, the amount of clerks, of course, and their efforts that they put into it to get the mail up for you. So, you know, there could be a lot of push, or there could be just a lot of just docile kind of like, hey, we're done when we're done. Some people have the frame mind to say, hey, we got to get these carriers moving. Let's get this thing done. Other people are like, I'm done when I'm done. That's the nature of this beast, and it always has been. Half and
Cash just said it. Wait time is ammo for them to change your start time. I was just about to get
exactly.
in that.
Very good.
Just about to get in that. Y'all be
Very
out
good.
late.
Yeah.
Y'all been complaining about you needed to get back, you needed to start
Yeah.
earlier. So if you can't start earlier without leaving early and then having to come back for your parcels, right? So should management be looking at why y'all are waiting on mail or just the fact that you are? And if they do, like I said, that one district said y'all got to go on waiting time. Now you got 50 carriers just sitting there waiting. Is that going to force them to get more clerks in there? Can they move? Can clerks scan that mail and distribute it faster? Because I see it.
Mm.
When I used to work the morning shift, I would drop it off, and it can only scan and sort the mail, but
Yeah.
so fast.
Just a quick
So,
disclaimer: Chooch likes his start time just fine. He doesn't want to see his start time change at all. He's very happy with his start time. But I know there's a lot of people who are not happy with their start times. So there's a big country out there.
so do you think that management should be looking at it, and how do you think that would get fixed?
Mm.
Honestly, because it's just going to get more packages.
No, I mean, if anybody coming in, let's say, let's use the military times. If your end tour is 1850 instead of 1650, like it kind of should be these days, something's wrong. That's too late to be finishing your 8 hours in. So I'm calling out now for anybody in the chat to tell me what your end tour time is based on an 8 hour day. Are
So
you 1650, 1750, or 1850? Please don't say 18.
so right now though, we're in the summertime, so it gets it gets darker later.
Yes.
So it's okay if they start a little bit later, but in the winter, just in a few more, was it about a month and then some change,
Y-
the time's gonna fall back, and then it's gonna start getting dark around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
You
See,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And there's danger
Carriers.
behind that.
Yeah, so I got somebody saying 1600. That is, yeah, that's a little late. 5 p.m. I got 1700. So and I know all these guys. 107-degree heat index today, and their start time is 8:30. Finish time is 5 o'clock. I mean, and then they say on certain days, like a busier day, they might push it back for the ODL people. That's just that's nonsensical at this point. With this at this particular moment, with volume and where we're at, it should be one set start time for everybody, ODL, non-ODL, as far as I see it. And that should be a reasonable early time to try and beat the heat, as they say. But of course, safety first. But we're going to start just a little later now, so it makes no, it can only make as much sense as we the carriers see it. And then management, when they're sitting in the freezing cold air conditioning and putting blankets on and putting winter hats on and saying, God, it's freezing up in here, and I'm like, shut the fuck. Hey Dre, yeah, I bet. About a couple of stories from your buddy here, sporting the winter hat. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say anything. I love Dre.
So the concept is, if you start earlier,
Hmm.
right? Let's say you starting at, I'm just gonna give a round time, 7:30 in the morning,
Yep.
but your parcels are not ready, and you were supposed to finish at, what is it, 4:30, give or
Yeah.
take?
That would be 4 p.m. So if you start at 7:30, 8 hours with a half-hour lunch removed, don't forget, folks, you work 6 hours or more, that lunch is coming off. That half hour is coming off. Just a friendly reminder, unless you have that no lunch sign off.
Okay, so if they have that, and then they go out, they start delivering, and then
Hmm.
they're told to come back. When you come back, don't you have to scan all your stuff back onto the truck? Isn't that a thing? Doesn't it take time? You got to drive back to the station and then start loading damn near like you did in the morning
This is where you might
every day?
have three different instructions given to three different from three different types of supervisors. One might say stay on street time. Others might say I need you to move back to I need you to change the function 020, and which means that you're coming back and you're not doing actual delivery. So either you're on street time. I see, like I said, it's so different, and the fact that we talk to different carriers from different areas, and we know while they're telling me to do this, they're telling Joey over here to do this, and they're telling Bobby over here to do this, and there's no consistency. So what's the rule? It's whatever they say it is until somebody establishes one start time, one rule about what function to hit on. When it's this mishmash, different story per
I gotta
state.
get I gotta get Mr. E to try to explain that to me.
Yeah, we'd like that, man, Mister E.
Because what is it when they have to come back and then go back out? So that people are on the same page, because that's the problem. If
They got
everybody
to
is
use
up
the
underneath
load.
the NALC, and NALC is what's covering the carriers, y'all all supposed to know. I go out, I depart at this time. I'm here loading at this time. This is the function I use when I go back out, or if I'm coming back in, this is the function we use. Because I think that would prevent some of the headaches because if you have to come back and then you go back out, you burned about a half hour, 45 minutes of your time. And
Mhm.
then if you go over, then they want to write you up for going over. They said it's an 8 hour day, but suppose you go 9, 10 hours, and there's a lot of people that are scared to go over.
Yeah.
So then you got to go and walk in the office because you got to defend somebody because now the
This
supervisor or the manager is saying you weren't
yeah.
supposed to go over, but it's not the carrier's fault in that scenario
No. This is what you'll
because the mail
inevitably
wasn't ready.
hear. The carrier who fears will say, "Well, I had to make up for that time that I had to come back for my parcels, so I took a short lunch, or I skipped my second break, or I didn't want to deal with the repercussions." And I'm like, there are no repercussions because you performed your task properly. They didn't have them, so you had to go back. So you have to account for that. So either you're moving on the clock or you're writing it down on a 3996 to say return for mail. Nothing I could do following orders, So, you know, I don't know where this continuous thing where me and you will say something and people will respond with something that, shows that they're fearful of retaliation. They're fearful of discipline. And I'm like, listen, everybody, I don't know how many times I could say it over and over again. If you're doing everything right and you're following their orders, they can't make anything stick. They can't. You can't keep being in that fear and keep giving back that time that is oh so precious in making this thing, work out for the betterment of the entire of office, not just for yourself. If you're a self-service kind of steward or person, then you don't belong. All right. But if you're looking to make,
I was just about to get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
you look,
Because
yeah, go ahead.
you are not like everybody else. You stepped into the role, you have a purpose. Let's hope you're like that in 10 years. The thing is that there are people that don't have shop stewards that are powerful like that. You got a Chris Cash in there that knows damn near everything in the book like the back of his hand. They're not going to push him the wrong way. But then you have new people that come in here and they don't know no better. They tell like the CCA, "Hey, I need you back in 8 hours." They're forced to cut corners.
Yeah, you see,
But then
Chris is making the point about filling out. If you fill out a 96, you're asking for a 30-minute at least start pushback, and then Skill Tree is coming right back and saying, "I don't have undertime. I have to wait 30 minutes, so that's 30 minutes of overtime." Everybody's slice of the pie is different in this thing in terms of what your day-to-day operations look like, what your volume looks like, but in essence if it's all about the idea that if your time is not being utilized properly, if you are doing anything what's in any way, shape, or form as the carrier to, work off the clock, we said that a million times before, don't do
don't do it.
anything load truck feature. Here I go again. 25 minutes the other day showed on load and truck. I said I had 147, 157 packages. So that all counts. And I still keep hearing people saying, like, that don't matter. That don't matter. I'm like, I'm telling you guys, do it. Don't let them tell you not to do it. Do it.
So
Yep.
so DF Hutton said it perfectly. Not everybody has effective union representation. I'm sorry, when I get on here, I get a little nervous when I'm talking. That's the exact wording. Effective
Hmm.
representation.
I believe that.
So and not everybody wants to
I
get
know that.
educated when it comes down to the union. They're too busy talk ticking. It is what it is. Um, but it is what it is. It's true. They know how to make a good filter on their Snapchat, but come
Yeah.
down to learning what they need to keep them out of trouble. So that brings me back to you, man. How do you protect people in a situation like that? You can protect them, but if they don't have effective union representation, how do they do that for themselves? I mean, how do they do that? Because you're going to
Well,
have supervisors that are aggressive. They're going to
yep.
say, no, this is what needs to be done.
Well, anybody and everybody has the right to fill out their own grievance. You don't need a steward to fill out a grievance. You can do it yourself. I know some people don't even know, like, the first steps of how to do it or what it even looks like. And that's troubling. That's very troubling. But here we are, right here, right now. This guy, has 1,000 links for resources from A to Z. I'm on here. I said, Mailman Nick's on here. I said, believe me, he's out there working right now. Otherwise, he'd be in here, hooting and hollering the same thing. Nick, I know you're out there, man. Come on, say something. But
He can't talk right now. He's
yeah, exactly. And Dre put a thing up in the in the chat right now about NALC chat bot. Yeah, which is an effective tool for people who don't really have a lot of direction. But we also don't want people to just go right to the robots. We want people to learn and read from the book itself. So, and Dre, that is a very cool thing and a very effective tool, especially with people who don't have an effective union leadership. But at the same time, again, everything is just, I hate when everybody wants to shortcut the greatness, as they say. I want to learn, I want to read, I want to know. I don't just want to have to. And AI is fantastic, and it's certainly helping a lot of people in a lot of ways. But here we are the tried and true that have to get into that truck every day, have to get out there on our feet. That ain't going to have any robots jumping in our spot anytime soon. That's my opinion. That it was going to be a while before anybody messes with the boys and girls in blue. So stop dancing and just keep working out there. That's the best I
okay.
can tell
So
you.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But from a from a steward's perspective,
Mm,
I'm gonna put it on you right now. I'm gonna put it on you. If
feel free.
management had to discipline someone because of social media, how are you going to defend them?
Well, like I said, if I'm going to be that guy, just so happens, maybe I am that guy. But it's very simple to say that if somebody did not know, truly not know, that they weren't supposed to be doing something in that truck other than postal work, like, you might say that, talking to somebody who may be shooting something, say by a convenience store that says, "Hey, mailman, can you jump in real quick and just give me a quick hello?" And then management says, "We saw you on some," and I'm like, "Ooh, well, that's going to be easy to squash real quick because that's not even your own product. That's somebody else." You said, "Okay, if it's just quick and I can just wave to the camera, great." But if somebody went and said, "Oh, I'm going to take 20 minutes or use my lunch break to do like a social media thing," that's going to be a little bit of maybe a little tough defense. But for me, if somebody gets pulled in and says, "Hey, somebody was dancing on the APC or somebody was on the top of the truck or something like that," I may just have to circumvent the system and give somebody a little slap on the head, and then say, "Listen, we can't, we can't possibly, be in a world today where these guys make us leave the building every day thinking in our heads that if we sneeze the wrong way, they're going to know about it. Yet for some reason, somehow, some way, people are going out, firing up the camera, putting the makeup on, cutting the shirts low, like altering the uniforms, and to me, that clearly management is missing the first step. They're not making anything very relevant or, in terms of information and policy clear. So maybe they do need to read the social media policy, and maybe they need to be a little bit more specific and approach the person who they see doing this stuff on the clock rather than say it in a general consensus of, well, the post office says you can't do this, this, and this, but you can. It's like they don't say what you can do; they just basically say what you can't do. So maybe it needs to be a list of what you can do, and not just a list of what you can't do, because
Okay.
we'd like
I
we'd
hear
like
you.
yeah.
I hear you. I'm management though. Common sense says when you're on the clock, you're supposed to be working.
hmm Yeah,
You're
and
not
I could
supposed to be
say the same.
doing anything
I could
unsafe.
and I could say the same. Management, what are you doing while I'm out there on the street? Are you working? I'm
Oh well, we
sorry, man.
have we have OIG that investigates everything. That's what
Yeah,
that's their sole purpose.
yeah,
OIG. That's how I
yeah.
that's how I end up in sitting in the OIG's office
hmm
because they investigate internal things. So OIG reached out to management. They want to know who this carrier is. And here I am. I was dancing on a GPC. And I know that's unsafe. I mean, there's so many avenues from management can put at you. So how are you going to defend that? You're telling me that you didn't know that climbing on an APC that's on wheels inside the office with a camera, filming with music playing is not acceptable in a workplace?
I thought that was
How
a
are you going to defend that?
I
Tell
thought
me how
that
you're
was
going to
a
defend
I
that.
thought that was AI, sir. I didn't
Oh,
believe
but
that to be real. Boom! I
he's
win,
so
you
full of
lose.
shit.
I
He's
win, you
so
lose. You
Oh
see,
my God.
AI is such an amazing thing that you guys don't even realize that that wasn't even happening at all. That was photoshopped in there, and she was just dancing in a club somewhere. So we just took her little legs and put them right on that phony BMC, and boom, off she went. And
Uh-huh.
she just wanted to make it like she was having fun at work.
And you think that you could get away with that? I mean, like, seriously, man. Like, how would you I mean, you're doing your thing as a shop steward. You have to defend them though, right?
Yeah, oh, of course you have to defend. Of course you
Oh
have to
my
defend.
God.
Yeah, I said, but at the same, I mean, defense mechanisms are my specialty. So I mean, the idea of logic coming into play in the post office to say that again, the number one answer that people can give, such as, well, I was trained to do it this way by Bill over here. Bill's not a certified OJI. Oh, well then I didn't know, because and then Bill wasn't certified, so you can't do anything in terms of discipline because I was not shown that by a proper OJI. There's no social media OJI in the post office yet, is there? So apparently, we're going to have to create a new position along with that mentor program that says new director of social media. Hey guys, my name's Matt. My name's Chooch. And first things first, these are called APCs, and I cannot stress enough, you cannot dance on these. Okay, so
He's so full of shit.
if I listen, I said I come from a long Italian background of bullshitters. I can't help it.
Oh
No,
God.
okay, back to reality. Back to
Well,
reality.
Dre said she was twerking to relieve stress. Please
Yes.
reduce the charges to a discussion. What?
Hey Dre,
Now
I'm
look,
all I'm all for that, Dre. Yep, a
look,
discussion will
but
do
now,
just
but
fine.
now, but now, what does that do? What does that do for the rest of the people that just came there to work?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Now management is gonna sit, and if this person gets reduced to a discussion, management, me, I'm sitting there like, you really gonna sit here and play that bullshit? This girl knows what the hell she's doing. You know what? Everybody gotta suffer because of Miss Twerk a lot. That happens, right? I'm lying. Does it happen?
Yeah, yeah, you know what an APC is. Come on, don't be stupid. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying.
It
I'm
does
trying.
happen
I'm
though.
trying to eye up the chat a little bit too. And regardless to how we feel about aspects of our job workday, common sense would tell you disparaging remarks online may be a little frowned upon, wouldn't you say? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Disparaging remarks online. Yeah, like maybe you might say I'm making disparaging remarks online, but I'm doing it here in the privacy of my home, off the clock. And again, just as a disclaimer, I love the postal service, but I speak for me when it comes to the postal service. And this guy right here, can is hammering these videos down every freaking chance he gets, because it's so effective at getting people to actually listen, but at the same time, we still here are beating our heads sometimes and saying like, wait a minute, we thought we had this one pegged and now we're back to the drawing board. Meanwhile, change the culture has taken shape, and we've seen it. We've seen food being distributed by a particular office, and the term "change the culture" was used. I firmly believe that was him. That was you. That was it. That was JH. All right. Now that's one down and 7,100 more to go. But you know, nonetheless, I believe they're watching. I believe they're listening, and I believe, regardless of whether they think what I might be saying as a carrier is somewhat could be perceived as negative, could be perceived as you're talking down on this particular set of workers, and I'm like, but when all said and done, I said, come at me all you want. Come at me all you want. Because again, the work does the talking. I do this talking here, but when I'm in that job, you don't see me playing out online. I said, yeah, one day I might have suspended myself on a light post just to show off a little bit, but that was for my own chat group. I didn't put that out to the world. I needed to limber up that day. So, but other than that, I'm too busy delivering mail. All right. I don't have time to fuck around out there. Excuse my language. I like to be working. I like the day to last. I like the day to move along accordingly. I like to stop for my lunch. I like to chill and take my breaks. But, when the clock's running, I'm moving. And shut up, Aaron. Twerking improves new employee recruitment.
Oh man.
Every time I try to say something, educated, Aaron jumps in with a zinger. Um, so listen, again, this is here to stay. We know this stuff ain't going anywhere. But postal workers, far and wide, if you get this message, you gotta cut that. You gotta cut that out. It
Because that's
can't
what
be.
they see when you Google. When they
Yes,
Google
when you
USPS female letter carriers, it's no longer, you know, it
yeah,
just I don't know where it changed.
Mary
And it's
Jane's Mary Jane's walking down the street with a big bundle of flats, and she's just like nice and cheerful, and now she's plumping her lips up, and she's saying, "I effing hate this lady in this place over here, and why the hell did
that's
they do it?"
Well, that's what
No,
DF was talking about. DF was saying that, there's a lot of discouraging remarks. Now,
yeah,
I say some discouraging remarks about this place, but there's always context behind it. You know
sure,
what I mean? Like, man, my manager fucking sucks. I hate this place. I wish this place burned down. I'll have a job tomorrow. No, I'll say, if I don't like my management, I address it the best way I can. I educate myself. This is what y'all need
hmm
to do, etc. There's different ways to deliver your message. I understand we can have satire, we can have humor, we can have fun, but I think that for some reason it is extended to a whole nother level. And it's not just me or Chooch because we're older. We have a whole chat group of
speak for
from
yourself.
what from the age of what 20 some odd to
Yeah, yeah,
55, 60 years old.
late 20s
So
to mid. Yep,
it's a bunch of carriers, and these are men, so they're not hating on the women. No, definitely not. They're like, man, look at this. She's yeah, but yeah, this doesn't seem right. So I mean, they have some morals as well. I don't know. I think I think it's a bit too much, and I think it's gonna cause a domino effect for all the people that are out there because if they see them having time to do this, they're gonna start cracking down. Oh, they got time to
hmm
twerk.
yep.
Yeah, y'all got time to deliver. It's somehow it's gonna backfire. I
I
just
see
got a
you.
bad feeling.
I see you, Gonzo. Yep, yeah, yeah, Chooch, I'm going to reassign to try to work under your command. I appreciate that. It'd be a pleasure to have a lot of people in here to come on, and work in my realm. There's so many recognizable names and faces and people in here, and I know sometimes we're not all going to be in agreement, but bottom line is everybody seems to have the right idea. You don't do what we're talking about on this video here. You do the opposite of that. You do a productive day. You keep your head down when you need to, but if something is amiss or a foul with somebody being mistreated, again, don't just stand by idly and let that person suffer if like justice isn't being done. You can step in, you can step up. You don't have to, feel like you don't have to be the hero of the day or the hero of the month or anything like that. It's just I wouldn't feel like the carriers weren't the best people in the room. No offense, DSI. I wouldn't feel like we were the best people in the room if we weren't taking on that mindset every day. That we weren't the ones saying, "Hey, if this place is all going to turn to shit, we are going to be the last ones that end up being flushed down the toilet." All right, carriers, 24/7, all day long. I got D3 constantly trying to send me different jobs in the post office, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm good. Carrier, carrier, carrier. Love it.
This one says, I close my eyes when I see hot women walking on my route. Oh man.
Devendra, that's how we
What would
clearly.
happen
That's
if the
right,
letter
Aaron.
carriers didn't have a union at all? That's a very
Mm.
That's
It would
oh man.
it would
You
be
know
a bigger
what?
sh it would be a huge shit show. It would be
Mm.
I know you think it's a shit show now with there being a union. I will bet you all of my TSP savings and then some that it would be the most monstrous shit show you ever seen. Guaranteed. You see me?
I see you. I
Yeah.
see you.
You see me?
Wow.
Yeah.
You said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I said it. Go ahead. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
Ah,
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong.
I really do like being a mail carrier. That feeling when I leave the office and got the whole day is
Yeah,
really good.
thank you. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be here. Boom. He wouldn't be
Says
here.
he likes being a mail carrier. That feeling when he leave the office and I got the whole day is really
Mm.
good. He must really like his job.
There you go, Sam.
He
Same
must.
for me. As soon as I hit that street, the world is my oyster. It's a beautiful thing. Rain, snow, shine, freezing cold, whatever it may be. You know, you get out of that office, and I believe me, I'm the first one. First, I like to be the first one out if I can be. And yeah, had a great day, had a great birthday. A couple nice customers out there, you know, that kind of know after 15 years of seeing my goofy ass that day. Oh, it's your birthday, isn't it? You know, and you know that's what I say. The camaraderie you can build with people is the greatest thing. You know, and even if you don't get to interact with a lot of people throughout your day, you know, the fact that you're going out there and you're accomplishing what many few now only few can do 365 days a year. You know, obviously you get a little bit of time off here and there, but you know, we work. We work hard.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
You ready for it?
fire
I
away.
just want to. I just want a very short answer for each of
Yeah,
these questions.
I can
You
do it.
ready?
Good. Yeah, I'm ready. Go.
You can't do that.
I can promise you I'll do it
You
because you asked
ready?
me to. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What's one thing that used to work in the carrier craft that does not work anymore?
One
Go
thing
for
that
it.
used to work in the carrier craft that does not work anymore. One thing that used to work in the carrier
That
craft.
you wish was still here, but y'all don't use it anymore. Whatever it is,
Mm.
a policy, whatever.
Mm. Man, don't
That was
use
deep, huh?
anymore. Yeah, yeah. That's saying one thing that we maybe don't use anymore. Man.
You know what? That'll be a video for you. Next question.
Yeah,
Think about it.
yeah.
That was tough, right?
That's a tough one. Yeah. It's
What do
so
you
it's
think
so
is more what
right.
do you think is more broken? Scanners or the staffing?
Mm, I'd say the staffing. Slight edge over the scanners.
Hmm. Who gives more disrespect? The clerks or the carriers?
Carriers by far.
Eh, Really?
Yes.
Disrespect?
Are you talking about the public or the
The
management perspective?
public.
The
The public.
public, the public, the clerks. Excuse me. The carriers get the
Okay.
love. The clerk at the window gets the but sometimes they're pretty jerky up there. You know. So most
Okay.
of
Okay.
yeah.
What is one USPS policy that makes zero damn sense?
Two pay scales.
Boom.
Two
Love it.
pay
Okay.
scales, and
Okay.
everybody
Now,
knows that.
now, if anybody that made it this far, you have this is a live chat, but there's also the regular comment section. I would love to see some of the comments because y'all know that I make a lot of these videos I get from your specific comments. I don't use Chat GPT. I'm just saying.
Nope, me neither.
Um,
I
if
mean,
somebody seriously, y'all know, I send a comment and I say, "Hey, man, what do you think about this?" And then the chat group give me their feedback. That's called doing research. Then I ask some of the managers and say, "Are they talking right or are they talking mess?" Listen, here's the question for everybody that's watching: if you were Postmaster General for one day, what is the one thing that you would fix first and why?
mm, good one.
That's deep, right?
That's a good
We
one.
always
Yep.
complaining.
I could have chat.
Everybody gonna
I
say,
could have
"Fuck it,
chat.
fire
Yeah.
all the managers." Right?
I could have
Fire all the
chat. Yeah.
managers.
I could have chat GBT that the last one, but I don't. I really had to sit back and think. Look at Joe Battaglia with the 18 and 8. Yeah, you know what 18 and 8 is, Jay?
Yeah, when I was 18, I had dated about 8 girls at the same time. I don't know. What does that even mean?
uh,
Let me chat
eight,
GPT it. How's that work? Chat a
uh,
GPT? Air
yeah,
condition? Is that I don't know. I don't know.
yep, 18 and 8. Yep, that's a doozy.
But seriously, if you were PMG for a day, think it was the first thing you'd fix
Mm.
if you got one day. Because I told you, OIG reads this shit. They go through my stuff. This one says mandatory AC. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Destroy the CCA position.
He says,
Destroy it.
going to my Google Docs to write up a comment that's going to blow your socks off.
Mm.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay, Sam.
All right. That's another thing. I got a
Johnny
Google
raised that
document thing that I'm
1.3.
gonna be setting up. Um, ooh, the postmaster should drug test all the carriers first. Back in
Oof.
2018, it stopped.
Oof.
Right? No, it was COVID-19. It was probably 2020. It stopped for everybody except for truck drivers.
That's interesting. Somebody earlier in the chat had said that ICE is looking to eliminate the age limitation on who can join, and so, but they said that it would likely be that there would be a physical fitness test to go with it, which half the people would fail right off. They said like 80,000 people applied. So yeah, the post office and the old drug tester might actually follow that same. I listen. You know, again, I'm not going to knock anybody for doing anything of the herbal essence, but bottom line is, you know, it's not supposed to be in your blood system when you work here.
This one said, "Don't drug test. We'd be short staffed."
Yeah, you think Nick? You think Nick is working his working Nick's non ODL doing 60 hours? He's going to be doing 80 hours non ODL. I'll
More
be back to doing
accountability to managers sticking to the codes. Okay.
10-year-old ICE officers. That's right, Dre. 10-year-old ICE officers.
This is a good one. First thing, staffing. Second thing, management pay for performance. System officially fixed. Okay.
Mm.
Aaron said no need to drug test carriers. Y'all need to drug test him first.
Chris Cash, one pay table, staff the place, and cut the mandatory OT. It's all connected. Better pay fixes staffing. Staffing fixes mandatory OT. Yeah, genius. Easy.
Mm.
But they won't do it. They won't do it. And
Ready?
what? What?
You ready for the next one?
Fire.
Because you didn't give an answer, but I'm giving you some food for thought. If
Mm.
y'all ain't subscribed to Chooch's channel, y'all gonna get insider from Chooch. Y'all like, Jay, you're not a carrier. It's cool. I ain't a carrier.
Mm.
But you'll get one from a carrier. You ain't always gonna like what he got to say.
Nah. I know I'm
But I
old
know
and
that my dad didn't say a
past
lot
my.
of things that I like, but I knew that I respected what he had to say
Yeah. Chooch is your
after the
daddy.
fact.
Chooch is your daddy, bitches. I'm gonna smack
But
his around.
so y'all can reach out, check him out on his channel.
I appreciate it. You
But
know,
here,
I don't fire off a video very as often as I probably should, but you know,
you
I
do.
try.
You need to because you have a little more insight. Not much, because when I was never carrying mail, I never mind that. Listen, is the bigger problem with the USPS? Do you think it's the culture? Do you think it's operational or generational?
Oh,
I'm hitting you with it. What y'all think, chat? Do you think it's change the culture, which I think it is? Is it the operation? Because I think the operation is a little outdated. What's the word? Adequate and adequate. You know the word. And antiquated. That's the word.
antiquated,
Antiquated or
antiquated.
generational. You think that there's too many of the old heads around? Because there's really not. There's only like
Well,
20% of us
but
left.
culture and generation are kind of intertwined. You know, I mean, like culture wise is to say that the us older guys, think like work first and play later, as to where maybe the new generation perceives that it's okay to have a little fun at work. Why does it have to be all business? And it's like, no, believe me, I am the king of camaraderie and Mr. Hello and pet the dog that's real nice and say hi to the
Let me
kids. Yeah,
interject for a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
The culture. I made a video 4 or 5 years ago
Mm,
about hazing. So me personally, I think a lot of the older generations, and it may not be used as the word hazing, but
mm,
anybody that's in the chat that's been here within the last 6 or 7 years that started,
yeah.
they fuck, that's the word, man. They were
Uh,
hazed during their first 90 days. And that was a cultural thing
mm,
from the past. Y'all,
Yeah.
the old heads kind of brought that in. And I see it in the comments. Oh man, they gotta suck it up, man. I used to walk uphill, 20 miles to work and uphill
Yeah,
20 miles home.
I don't give that. I don't give that. I walked to walk to school 5 miles through 5 feet of snow thing. It was 19 years ago, almost to the day when I went in there, and it was I mean, I was the baby of the bunch at 26 years old, and of course it was like, hey, who's this? Look at this ugly one coming in here. Look at the size of the nose on this guy, And I said, okay, I knew this was coming. I understand it. But they took me in because they said, "Hey, this kid's going to either wash out quick or he's going to do the work and he's going to listen to what we say, and maybe he'll have a snappy comeback. But don't try it right away. You got to earn that comeback. So a year went by. They ran me ragged through every damn route, and I said I learned everything, and I I just said I never thought that I would be able to last. After those first couple of days, everything was hurting and feeling like way off. And then I said, you know what? I'm home. This is it. This is going to be it for me. I'm going to make it to the end. And those old heads, like I said, some of them were a little jerky. Some of them had some strange things going, that they had that went in work habits. But in the end, that camaraderie I had with them got me to where I am now. And
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Let me hit you with something.
yeah.
Skill Tree says, I've heard stories of what some of these old carriers got away with back in the day. They ain't fooling me one bit.
No, he's
And
he's right.
he's right.
He's right.
He's right.
You're right, Skill Tree. I will attest to it 100%. Before the GPS, before the low jacking, there was so many hijinks going on. But let me tell you, this fucking guy right here, I wouldn't even breathe in the wrong direction. I said, I thought that there was always something out there watching and waiting. I said, and that's 2006, which was, kind of around Big Brother, was starting and like, we were figuring out what the NSA was and the satellites and GPSs and stuff. But I just said to myself, "What? You used to swim in this lady's pool? And when did you do that? Well, we got the route
Yeah.
done around 1 o'clock." And I'm like, "And then where'd you go? Oh, well, the pub down the road there." I'm like, "What? What point were you delivering the mail?" Well, we get the mail done around 12, and then we fucking all go meet up. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I said, So he's right.
Meeting up at IHOPs and
But
shit
that's
like
but
that.
that's all gone. That's all gone. You try doing that shit now. I dare you. Try doing that shit now. You
Mm,
can't do it. You can't meet up in a group as carriers. You're all going to end up looking like the breadcrumbs are all going to come together on the GPS, and they're going to be like, what is this little communal thing here? I think Yaya said him and the carriers used to get together at a location for once a week to have lunch. They can't do that anymore. They're going to
mm.
say you can't all be together like that.
See,
Camaraderie. Kill the camaraderie.
there's a lot of people out there saying, yeah, they started back in the 80s or whatever. Um, but if y'all ain't catch
Classified,
that
chief.
one last that question that I asked, if you had the chance to be Postmaster General for one day, what's the one thing that you would fix first? I like to think the things that would cause a domino effect, me personally. If I say this changes, then I know it'll trickle down. That's me. But if you write your answer, like I said, these are live comments over here. But if you go in there and you leave a regular comment, I may speak about it in the next video because a lot of your comments gives me, I love the content. I love the comments, everybody. Y'all need to cut it out. Cut it out. It's my dog. No, but seriously, it makes sense. Because a lot of people don't realize, and I'm not trying to, what's the word? Suck up to anybody. We have some extremely skilled postal workers, not just at twerking, but a lot of people came here with specific trades that they were doing before they started working. There are people that know how to utilize the computer like the back of their hand. We actually have plumbers, we have uh, carpenters, we have a lot of people that have knowledge. So if they see something and they look at it from a different perspective, a lot of them have management experiences. A lot of people that went to college, a lot of military folk. If you have a comment and you can actually you had the chance to implement your thought process and have somebody actually read it, just remember they read all my stuff. I know they do. I'm 100% positive. I
Okay.
work 3 doors down from
Uh-huh.
the OIG lady anyway. But
DJ
cautiously.
contribute to the can a DJ contribute in any particular way? You said all
I
these other
don't know.
professions. You
I
left out
don't
DJ.
know. I don't know. I'll be giving. I'm gonna open up the platform for people actually to share some of their own personal skills because I know there used to be before there was a lady that would make candles and
Yep.
she would ship them all over the country. There's people that make t-shirts, ship it all over the country. If you have a personal skill that another postal worker can utilize, there are some people that are paralegals. It's not a hard course to take. They're like, get the fuck out of it. Yeah, it's not. It really isn't. And there's other people that just can't do it. And if you say, hey, Jay, I want to share my services to help your fellow postal workers, because people go through shit,
Yep.
it'd be nice. I'll be putting out this little Google Doc within the next 2 weeks so that I can kind of put your stuff on there. And if you're up to it, that's what you call building a community and help
Yep.
changing the culture. I can
Definitely.
do what I can do from my end. But this one
Got
says a DJ could increase the twerking, so definitely a positive. Who let Aaron into the
That's it.
chat?
There's
Who
Aaron again. Hey, yep, Aaron. I did think of that from that angle, that perspective. I could make them twerk. Um, I'm trying to get them to work, not twerk, though.
Oh man. Oh
You
man.
got to work. And what's Gonzo said that information I gave out was G14 classified. So if you know the movie Rush Hour, you know what he's talking about. That was good. That was a good reference.
Yeah.
G14. This G14 classified. We can't talk about it.
Some people don't realize there's some people that were former law enforcement in this chat as well. And that's all I gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. Busted.
exactly.
Busted. I said,
I
hey,
know this.
listen, the Fox 29 guys, the interrogative report, they got the guys, probably over a decade ago in the bar scanning the MSPs that were photocopied in a binder. They were knocking back 16 shots, 5 beers, and then they get him in the parking lot. The guy climbs into the LOV, and I'm like, no, no, why,
Mm-mm-mm. You know what's
why?
crazy is that my the DSI that I work with, he used to work in Puerto Rico
Mm,
before he came over to somewhere USA where I'm at. And he told
yeah,
me that's what they do. So if you're in Puerto Rico, y'all better
mm,
watch out because he shared it. He said
mm,
they had in the middle of the day. I saw it. I went in one day and
mm,
I saw 3 carriers sitting there in the middle of the day. The LOVs outside. I said, okay, this how y'all roll. All right, whatever.
nope,
I was on vacation, so it didn't make me no difference. But um, so here's the thing. I got a question for you there, Chooch. How do you
yep,
protect the rights of expression like they were saying? You were saying something about it, and Dre been talking about it. He
mm.
cheering them on. The safety captain over there. How do you express the rights of expression without embarrassing the badge? Seriously, because in my class, I'm gonna tell you what it is. In my
Mhm,
class, I tell them I'm the second people that they see after orientation. They're gonna come see me. I tell the ladies you cannot wear tights
mm.
when you come for your training, and if you need to wear tights for whatever your personal reasons are, you have to have a shirt that covers your backside.
That's right.
Not because I don't want to look, because yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna look, but because of the respect. You at work, whether
You
you're a
got to be
clerk
able
or
to.
whether
You got to be concentrated on the task at hand, not
right.
the ass at
But I'm
hand.
talking about it's a distraction.
Yes.
So if they want to express themselves without embarrassing the badge, what would you suggest in your opinion?
Well,
These are some hard questions, brother.
yeah, no, listen, it's clear as day, at this point to say that thank God that you have established this setting here to say that I am very comfortable in talking to you and expressing no held back views on the way things work here. But when I'm talking about those who do the same thing I do, put that same so-called uniform on that consists of either a polo shirt, a button-down shirt, and I'm seeing a chick on that TikTok today where she's like this in the shorts that were like climbing up to right up into her belly, and I'm just like, yo, how? Did you change out on the street? Did you lose? Did you peel off a layer once you got out to the street? Because there's no way you walked into the building like that unless they were just like, it's 2025. What are we gonna do? And story to boot. Just from a particular friend of mine today, he let me know that he had his chops busted about, changing out a hat because he got soaking wet from the rain, and he might or might not have to have glasses on to be able to see. And anybody who wears glasses and does this job knows that you'll fog up.
Hmm.
And you got to constantly be going. You got rain falling in your face, and you don't have a hat on, and effectively that hat will get drenched, drip onto the hat. So maybe you got a fresh hat to back yourself up with, and you're gonna have your chops busted about, like, oh, that hat's not postal regulation. And I'm like, you know, can we draw a line somewhere to say, in desperation, we need to do what we need to do out here as carriers? Like, do you have to be such a ball buster about every little thing? Are you being ordered to be that big of a ball buster, to say that the shirt tail isn't tucked in, that the guy didn't have his like, some people are saying, like, oh, I wear a shirt jacket, you don't have to tuck a shirt jacket in. And I'm like, you're right, you don't have to tuck a shirt jacket in, but all the other shirts essentially are supposed to be tucked in. um, but
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
I,
talking about
I,
the ones with the expression, the feet, the what the whole
to
damn
say,
topic
yeah,
was.
to say on camera anything detrimental, about management, about the carrier world, about how much mail there is on a particular day. That's all got to be axed out of here. And it needs to be, if you're going to say something on camera, try positive. Post office wants positive. I want positive. Jay wants positive. And I know that is like the cancer to this thing, is positivity in the post office. It's like a fucking, it's a terminal cancer in this place. Like, nobody can find any silver lining. And I'm telling you, man, I said, as much as I, might sound like, a fireball of anger and cold blooded mafia misery, I love the idea that I can come in here and not, and like, management to me is as bothersome as a cloudy day. I said, bad workers to me, I said, or who, or anybody who's making this job, the carrier job, look bad, that's my problem. That's what problem I want to solve. That's what I want to get out of people's heads. Get to
So
get
okay,
show
but you're
some
still avoiding the fact that we got let me make this clear 100% over.
keep going.
We are going to watch. We are,
Hmm.
but the shit ain't right. It's just not right. It's just not right.
It's like
Hey
it's
man,
like
you
looking
see
into
that?
the it's like looking in Medusa's eyes. You can't turn away. He said, once you see it, you can't turn away. Well, I said, in our most basic human species, we're men, and men, see a lovely woman on camera, and we say, like, "Well, that's interesting. She works at the post office." You know, I said, but we would love to get to know you after the post office. Maybe you say, "Hey, I work at the post office like you guys, but I choose to put this content up at the end of my day when I'm in my car. Yeah, I still might be in my uniform, but I'm going to say, hey, I'm enjoying myself. It was a beautiful day. Yeah, we had a little rain, but it's just, if you're just bad, just bashing and bashing and bashing, and meantime, you're trying to show off your cleavage on top of that, by altering the uniform or wearing something that definitely ain't in that catalog, you know, that's just killing public perception. And that's the main thing that we need to keep on our side, is the public's perception, the trust
Why
rate.
was why was I looking at my phone? I had my phone
Because
in my hand
somebody was
and I
sending
was
you a
tilting it forward trying to look down the shirt. I ain't shit. I'm like, yo, what y'all sending me here, man?
Yeah, I
No,
give up.
but
I give up. I give up. I'm
I
done.
re- I respect the fact that
Shit.
we have
What happened?
a smorgasbord of women that work there and men too, because we got one in our chat right now. Dre acting like he ain't on there too. Dre big swole, bro, Mr. Suave over there, but he's not doing that. He's not doing that. But to me, it looked like a thirst trap because I just posted those videos up, and at the end of all those videos, I'm like, I know, what else could I say? But
Anyway, some
honestly, with the uniform, there has to be a fine line because regardless of whether or not they want to have the social part of it, it's cute, it's attractive, it's gonna cause problems for everybody. because not everybody's cute and attractive where they want to be on camera. And if
Mm.
that policy kicks in or it even sparks, it's like it's just setting up for failure to come. It wasn't a thing before. It's gonna create an issue. That's my opinion. What you think? Did you lose? Did I lose you?
Yeah.
Ladies out here, y'all. See, Dre ain't shit. Did I lose you, Chooch?
Nah, you're with. I got you. I just had to plug something back in here. I'm good. I heard you. Um, I'm just looking down. I just want to look down at the chat just to get and say everybody's looking to Chooch. There's Elijah. Chooch only likes women with a pair of big pineapples. Thanks, Elijah. Good to see you on here, brother.
The Coochie said it right. We work a government job, got to keep it clean and crisp.
Yeah.
Like my lays, if you're on social media, keep the other stuff at home. That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
There's Flacco the mailman. Yeah, he said I haven't seen him in a minute. Yeah, I like Flacco. Well, the
Flacco
dual
needs to
side gets
email us. He need to
the
email
dual.
us.
Yeah, I like you, Flacco. You're all right, brother. Well, the dual side gets to wear pajamas and whatever they want. There is a lady that wears a skirt above her knees. Skirt. Said, I know Flacco works in that area where, you're going to see some alterations on the uniform. Personally, my station, everybody looks pretty much the same, male and female, in terms of the uniform. I don't see too many breaks in the stride, but man, what I saw on those TikToks, boy, it's it's like a fashion show going wild out there. It's like Girls Going Wild. Remember that Girls Going Wild?
Oh,
Only
yeah.
only the clothes are just about staying on.
The DVDs.
Yeah, nail
You still got a
carriers.
collection in your basement?
Yeah, yeah. I said just out of view of the camera over here. Yeah, underneath.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, well, I ain't gonna keep everybody too much longer. I'm gonna leave you a few minutes to close with some of your personal thoughts. Again, this wasn't no attack on anybody. I just want to get it, I want to get it going to let everybody know that the look isn't right. The
Yep,
look is just not there. Female letter carrier, you Google it and you go to images,
it's there.
that's what
He
you're
ain't,
gonna see.
he ain't
It's
lying.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
And
soon as we
if the
sign off.
PMG sees that and he want to start cracking down and then decide to change policy, it's gonna just fuck with everybody.
Yep.
Before I let Chooch do his thing, I pinned the comment for people that just showed up. It is gonna help you in your carrier career. Just download it, computer, iOS, Apple. I don't know who uses those Apple phones, iPhones, whatever.
Good
And
stuff.
it's free. It's just one of your own, a carrier, took it upon himself to create something to help other carriers. You can't beat that. It's free. We need more of y'all doing that. It's
Yep.
totally safe, totally free. I went through it. It tells you about the color coded days and all that other. I don't even understand that stuff, but it explains it to you. Somebody said they don't know about the acronyms. It's in there, every single one of
Oh
them.
my, it's insane.
You got to give them props for that. I think I have it up in the pin comment. You know,
If
so
I had $1 for every acronym, I'd be a multi-billionaire. Hmm.
there it is.
Ah,
And I'm gonna let Mr. Chooch do his thing. But while he's talking,
I'll
with a
be
few
quick.
hundred people in here, a hundred or so, what do you use? What do you use? iPhone, the toy, or do you use a grown-up's phone, a Samsung? You could type it in the comments. I'm gonna let Chooch do his thing.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and there's your Apple right there. You bit Apple computer, Apple DJ software, beautiful, all problem free. Love it. So, all right, I'm just about to embark on, just over 2 weeks off, and it takes a while to get to this 2 weeks off. Like I said, yeah, I'm in a climate that covers all different temperatures. I said, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And still in the LLV, and the LLV is basically a walking skeleton at this point. I want to get, I want the NGDVs like to be continue to be produced and being sent up here. I'm starting to see them up here my way, which is nice. I know like we need them yesterday. I know everybody needs them yesterday. So I'm just going to say to the postal people that may be listening, please keep the trucks moving along. Get us in these new trucks. It ain't even about the air conditioning. It's about the embarrassment of how it looks. LLV that has a busted window, like a paint job that looks like it was like, ran through a freaking like a blowtorch was taken to it. And we don't have modern safety features and anything. We're the safety blanket. Anybody in an LLV, the carrier is the safety blanket. That's all there is to it. There's no airbags. There's nothing in there to protect you. And I'm saying, and the mattresses obviously are poorly designed, but at least they have modern features, to protect the carrier a little bit more and some air conditioning. So, you know, I'm going to go and enjoy my time off. I'll be checking in. It's very hard for me to shut off from this place. I said I shut off the carrier part of it, but again, if people have questions, if people have comments, if anybody at work needs to know about, where's Mrs. Johnson's package from the other day, I said, I don't mind. Yeah, get me. Thank you, Dre. Yes, I want a nice big subwoofer in there and a blow pump. Yeah. I said so. I appreciate that Jay again. He's the king of this thing, and we're all just living in his world. And I like to see everybody. I like to see everybody, jumping in here. It's nice to see a big group. Everybody comes and gets together on here, and we all got a common purpose to serve. And and it gets harder. Believe me, as you get older in this place, it gets harder. But I still like yearn to wake up every day, yearn, earn, burn, whatever you call it. And I'm even looking to start some DJing up again. That is my other skill that I have that has been tucked away for a couple of years, just because it was just mad hours at the post office. I got a family, and now it's starting to level out a little bit. So, it's right over here. It's all stored right over here in this little cubby, and I'm ready to get it going again. So, if you're in the Philly area, I'm your guy. Just reach out. But and I promise you, I said I don't take $1 unless you're happy at the end of a gig. And so I always get my money. I said I don't toot my horn about a lot, but I can rock a dance floor. So I appreciate, yeah, Johnny, appreciate it. I know you just had a nice long break, and yep, I fully intend to follow your lead what you showed me on your break. Johnny was doing it just right. So appreciate everybody as always. Appreciate this guy right here, JH, the greatest. And remember, he's a human being too, just like me. So he's got things going on, and he wants to be able to answer everybody and be right on top of each question and email. But he's got to do what he's got to do on his own time. We all got some shit we got to deal with. Remember where we work at. We all got some shit to deal with. Cheers to you guys. Appreciate it. Salute. Back to you, sir.
Yep. Again, anybody that made it to the end of the video and didn't see the beginning of the video, I made a full disclaimer. We ain't hating on the ladies, because I send a couple of the videos to a few of the ladies, and they make compliments about them as well. And she's like, wow, she's really beautiful. And I'm like, and she said, I'm not gay, but she's really beautiful, but something's not right with it. So the women are even saying it as well. We got to do something about this. You know what I mean? Y'all be easy. Leave that one comment so we could try to see if something changes. What would you do if you had the option to be Postmaster General for one day? What is the first thing that you would do? Not in the live chat, but in the main chat. Type it out, because people are reading them. And you might be shocked. There might be a general what's the word I'm looking for? Consensus or census that says, hey, we just got to get rid of management. Don't write that. That's too much. I mean, it's just too simple. Put an idea behind it. What's the first thing that you would do? This guy says drug test
Test management. I know. Your eyes go right to that when you see that. Drug. He's talking about psychiatric drugs, not recreational drugs. Man. Yeah.
Oof. All right. This guy says, I make All carriers eat pineapple pizza. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well,
That's
there.
rough.
I'll send in my letter of resignation first. Yeah.
That's rough.
Nope.
Listen, on that,
Thank you,
uh,
Eli.
Sam, good night. Yaya, good night. Eli, good night. Aaron, Drew, uh,
Eli,
Poker, MJ, good night.
thanks for the pizza, Eli. I kind of enjoyed
D Team Sports Cards, good night.
postal yoga pants. Good one.
Postal yoga pants.
Yeah, random.
Now, I
Yep.
wouldn't be mad if they made that official. Gabrielle, good night. True Latina, good night. I can get no work done. I'd have to stay in my office and face the wall because the yoga pants don't make no sense. They don't leave you no room for the imagination.
Nope.
There's some women that uh wear yoga pants and you can see what they ate for lunch. Island, good night. Flacco, good night.
Like, oh,
Oh my goodness. Mickey Tuck. I wish I could pronounce that. Takuchi?
oh, gee.
Takucha. Takauchi.
Well,
Takauchi. I'm gonna just say
you
Takauchi.
already said it
Anyway,
wrong the
everybody
first time.
else that's on here, y'all have yourself a good night. And yeah, this is JH, and
Love you,
that's
fam.
Mr.
Chooch. Love you, fam. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. See you soon.
And we out.
Yes, sir. Coochie.
Finished. Da-da-dum.